the second half. What changed? Anything with the team? With especially Kansas City got out to a 9-point lead to start the second half.
Yeah, it was just at halftime we talked a lot about stuff we were sick of, and we were sick of being not enough. And I mean, it kind of just spilled over in the locker room. We were not very happy with how we played in the first half, and especially when they came out on a run, it just pushed us off even more. So really just kind of made us mad, and especially me a little mad, and I wanted to go right back at them, and I didn't want to lose this one.
You're seeing down in the post, I mean, just different looks, able to take advantage of.
I was just looking at how they were guarding me on the high side or low side or where the gap was. And I knew they're big, so I had kind of slow feet, so I thought I could beat them with my right. So I just kept knowing I could go to my right and go any hand I wanted to.
I have 31 points. Tell us how that feel.
Feels pretty good, especially after our last game. That one kind of took a toll on me a little bit, so I wanted to come out and get one tonight. So yeah.
Throw line. I mean, was that anything of emphasis, especially how the game Saturday ended, to be as good as you were tonight at the line?
Yeah, that played a factor in today's game. Yeah, I worked on that all week, so yeah, it was definitely nice to see improvement there.
30 whatever hours from now against another, well, everyone in the league is pretty even. How do you come back ready after a grinder like this one?
Not being satisfied with the win we had tonight. I mean, we love the win. We'll enjoy a win, but I mean, we're not really satisfied with it. We know we didn't play that well, and we snuck away with this one. So knowing that we aren't satisfied, we want to go out even better on Saturday. So yeah.
About overtime, you guys are 5-1 now in OT this year.
I don't know. I'm honestly kind of sick of it. I would rather win in the regulation, but just lock it in even more. Just knowing that you got an extra 5 minutes to take a team down is mentality is we want to take that 5 minutes and not let them have it.
Not shooting a whole lot of threes. Do you feel a little bit of a sense of urgency underneath the rim, trying to get some stuff to go up?
I was just looking at my matchups. I was seeing if they were sunk in. They were kind of pressed out on our guys on the perimeter, so I knew it kind of opened up the lane a little bit. They made an adjustment there in the second half, and they kind of sunk in, so we shot a little more outside. So yeah, we didn't get a lot of looks we wanted right away in the first half, and we got away from it, knowing we could go inside, and we hit some big ones down the stretch too. So.
Like 29-30 against them last year also. Is there something about Kansas City that...
Not really. I don't really have a grudge against Kansas City. It's just something that I know that I like going at their bigs. I like going at the way they I like the way they guard me because it gives me a lot of opportunities to score. So they don't send a double that much either, so I like that a lot too.
I don't know what's going to happen first. I'm going to look like Todd Phelps and lose all my hair, or look like my dad and be great. It's really, really hard to win college basketball games, and that's what we did tonight. In a little bit more mature Dave Richman, we made sure to celebrate it in the locker room. But I'm also extremely, extremely excited about tomorrow because we've got to grow up. We've got to continue to get better. I thought we were extremely casual in the first half. I didn't love our intent. And then you breathe or bleed confidence into a group like that. Like, Coach Minzy's kids, they always play hard. But give our guys the credit for finding a way.
Is there something that changed in the second half? Attacking the rim more maybe? Or?
Yeah, I just feel like one thing or another has been leaking. One time it's free throws tonight. That's how we won the game. And we've been struggling a little bit offensively, and I think that is a little bit of the pretense, so to speak, then that affects our intensity defensively. So we just said, we're gonna dump it into the big fella every time and make them make decisions. And Andrew Morgan was absolutely terrific tonight. And sometimes I don't do a good enough job of just using the superlatives, but he was a man, and it's going to show up as 31 and 14 for 16 from the line. Like, we've also challenged that young man to be a better leader, more of a leader, and he was really vocal in the huddles. He's intelligent, he understands the game, and we're going to feed off of that leadership when he uses his voice. And player-led teams are a lot better than coach-led teams.
Saturday personally, Andrew, at the end of the game for what happened tonight?
You know, I wasn't in here before. I'm sure a little bit. It's just the type of kid he is. Sometimes he doesn't show it, but the young man, all he wants to do is win. And, you know, I'm sure that free throw bothered him. You know, he's been in the gym working at it. Like, you know, I was fortunate to speak to a group this afternoon, and you talk about a lot of things, and everything looks good on paper, and everybody has core values, and everybody has mission statements. Like, you got to do the work. And he put in the work this week, and he was rewarded for that.
Lance, but Damari got those 2 fouls, so Lance, came in for the better part of the first half. Just what did you make of him playing extended minutes?
Yeah, I mean, Lance has been playing outstanding in practice, and I think as a coach, you got to take a look at everything and reward it. We'll go back and watch the video here tonight and tomorrow, and continue to I'm a transparent dude. It's whatever. Like, I'm still not settled. Like, we've got to find guys that are going to consistently bring energy, attitude, effort for 40 minutes. And right now, we're struggling to piece that together. I would have told you after 80 minutes of basketball or 85 minutes of basketball last week that we had it figured out. You know, being around this group, and I love them, going into this game, I knew something would spring a leak.
Overtime games at the most you can remember in one basketball season?
I tell you what, the concession stands people probably love us, right? But yeah, I mean, I try to say this enough. Like, we are a family. We push our guys really hard. I think that's a big part of our February and March successes. We're not afraid to hold our guys accountable. And there's a man behind the scenes that nobody ever sees, but Jason Miller is terrific. We lift our guys on Monday and Tuesday. They're held to high levels of accountability. They're pushed really hard in the spring, summer, and fall, and you could hear our guys talk about those things. And that's he's a big part of why we're successful in these games.
You're big. It's middle of February. You leapfrog 2 teams tonight with that. Does that just knowing how?
Dom, I wish I could, jump on your frog and leap with them too. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but like I know I'm going to flip this thing on tonight and lose my mind. There's just some things that I feel like I've been talking about since June and those things. But I signed up for this. It's a tremendous challenge. There's a lot of great rewards. Tonight was one of the rewards. We got to focus on us, Dom. We got to continue to be the best version of ourselves.
Pretty good Omaha team.
I think it's a really good Omaha team. I think it's a team that, Chris has established an identity. I think they're playing hard. Frankie Fiddler, in my opinion, is playing as good as anybody in the league. They've added some size. They're a little different like that. They beat our tails. I thought we had a chance to beat them, and they got us in overtime, something that, we pride ourselves in. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about revenge. I'm not like Omaha's a good team, and we need to continue to get better. That's it.
That your team had to make to kind of cope with some of their heavy three-point shooting there in the first half?
Yeah, I'd like to bring you guys in at halftime sometimes and count the superlatives that go flying around in there. But I really just kind of went in, didn't put anything on the board, and just challenged them. In a lot of ways challenged their manhood. Like, you got to respond. You got to be better than this. And I walked out. Clearly they said some things. And again, like I'm telling you, Andrew Morgan, like 31 and 14 for 16 is unbelievable. That's a man's game. And that's a big physical Kansas City team. But his voice, like he's talking about not settling. He's doing all these things. Like that's what we need. We need some internal leadership. Listen to my voice. I talk too much.
Games, 40 minutes, giving 100%. How do you hype your team up to go into overtime to continue to give 100%?
Yeah, it's a credit to the kids. I think something that we've struggled on is adversity, and you get into those moments like at Kansas City we made stops, to force overtime and double overtime, and so you have a little bit of momentum. You feel good. There's been some other games right where they made plays, and you got to be able to rally yourself a little bit. You're not going to be defined in those moments. You'll be defined on how you respond from those moments. And our guys, to their credit, made some big plays, some big free throws. Noah Fedderson's to Javis Miller's. I thought we were terrific from the line tonight. Thank you.